Hi, it's Mark. Nice to meet you all. So this project interests me for several reasons. For one, I think the title is really fascinating, and instinctively, I think that it says something really true about relationships. I remember this line from Hanneke's Amour, um, where there's this old couple and they're sitting facing each other at the dinner table, and and the wife looks at the husband and tells him, sometimes you're a monster. I remember that line really hitting me. And I'm in a relationship, and I can attest to the fact that, you know, there is a monster in me, for sure. And a relationship often brings out the monstrosity in me. And I'm not putting a judgment value on monster here. I just think it's a nice way of describing the complexity and the contradictions of who we are and the fact that we can be really passionate and really irrational, and that relationships bring that out. Um, so that's a really interesting thing to bite into as an actor, and a really interesting project um, to focus on, because I think we can all relate to that, whether we're in a relationship or not. As human beings, we can all relate to the irrational urges in us, and to the attempt and the desire to make it work, and the constant failure, because it's so difficult to reconcile the contradictions that are necessary. And I think that Liam, as you've described, really embodies that. The fact that he wants security, and at the same time he's afraid of contradiction. He's afraid of, of conflict. Um, Seems like a very real, relatable thing. I think which we can all understand. The fact that all want we all want our cake and to eat it too. Basically, we all want to be stable, and we all want to be safe. And at the same time, we don't want conflict, and we don't often realize that conflict and stability um, depend on each other on some level. And unfortunately, human relationships are made of conflict, and you need the one, to have the other. So I'd be really, really interested in delving into Liam and focusing on Liam and seeing where Liam and I come together, where we meet, because I'm 100% sure that we do meet, because I can relate to these contradictory urges, and then I can relate to the naive, charming aspect as well to a certain extent, um, and perhaps the way that that is a defense mechanism. That's a way of warding off from himself and from others, perhaps also in his relationship with Agnes, the deeper, darker, truer urges, which are so difficult to communicate. So I think it'd be really, really interesting to um, communicate the truth of the fact that he's unable, unwilling, or afraid of communicating his truth. I think that that's always really, really interesting to perform and to show in art and as an actor. The contradictions within oneself, how one's unable to express something which is there,